Hey, it's Margie with the Asking Spot. I'm going to try and do acrylic pour painting. I've read a lot about it and I think I know what to do, or at least I'm going to hope to, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes, if not my successes. One of the big things I learned though was when you were testing it, they said these shinier things you get in the mail from just about anywhere and everywhere, use those as you're trying and experimenting your first. So I thought that was a pretty cool tip. Some other things I'm going to change mine up is when you do your pieces, you need to elevate them because otherwise, they stick to the paper. So I'm going to be using some old pens that no longer have ink in them. Other than that though, we'll see how it goes. I'm using this, it's a bunch of metallic acrylic paints that I got from Michaels. That's going to be what I'm working with because I kind of like the idea of having a metallic paint. Okay, so I've mixed up my paints, and basically what I did is, this is the one that's not working for me. These guys are doing great, the silver and it did not take a lot of water. It took very, very little water, which is why I had problems with this one, because see, it's too liquidy. We want it to be a little thicker than that. Maybe not. But basically, they're all sort of easily run now. Now, if you were doing this on a regular basis, everybody's like, oh, go out and get some flow medium to put in them, and that'll make them flow even more. Or a nice knockoff to get cells too is to go ahead and use like a Mod Podge or Elmer's all-purpose glue. It can't be just a regular school glue. It does have to be the glue all. But I've seen some successful ones done with just water. So that's what I'm going to go for first. And I'll add a mixing medium on one of the other tries. But basically, if you start out with a canvas, for instance, that you're going to do this on, I'm going to do mine later. I'm going to give a test run on that. Then you'd want to pour some of your liquid down and your mixed medium in it onto the canvas. Because this is just a test thing and it's non-porous. The canvas is exceptionally porous. I don't need that first step, but I do want to add it to this section. So I'm going to basically pile these in here. The paint's consistency, that one was a little lumpy, not good. Technically, they say it's supposed to be like a pancake batter. I don't really make pancakes, so I hope I'm getting this right. That was a little sticky. And then you revisit with some more colors. All right, there's a number of techniques you can do, just the flip and go or pour and smudge it around. As I'm just trying to do a test run here, I'm going to go ahead and try and do just a pour. Now the big time pros at this all talk about how, you want to look for cells. That's where it breaks up. That's where adding a silicone would make a big difference. Now there are some bubbles in here, and I searched and searched and searched to see if you could do this without having to worry about the bubbles. I actually like how this looks already though. To get the bubbles out, I don't know if the camera can pick up the bubbles that are in here. To get those out, you have to use some heat. There, I got the little guys out. If I wanted to add more paint to go further on the edge, I could just do that. Just to get it in there. If I wanted to keep going to get more paint, I needed to get more art. I could add more, splotch it, pour more, and I'd be set. But as this is my test, I'm just going to leave it at that. Here's what I'm going to try the pour paint project on. It's a frame I picked up at a garage sale, and it's actually in much better shape than it looks. It just needed a good deal of cleaning up. So I took it apart, cleaned it up, and now I'm ready to go. I've spray painted it white, so it's got this nice little white base coat on it, but I want to just run a little splash of color down it. So here's the thing to remember, that when you're doing these, you don't want your art piece to be stuck permanently to the table. So some people use pin cushions, some use anything to elevate it so that it has a place to drip off. I'm just using old pens that don't work anymore. Underneath here, this is just a grocery bag that I used so I didn't have to worry about the inside that wouldn't come out. And the idea is you're going to put down the white paint or the base paint that you have where you want your paints to go because it makes it slide more. Now I'm just going to take it and pour my color over it. Another tip, wear your hair up. Okay, I'm not sure if I love this, but I don't hate it. Now I'm going to make sure I unwrap it so it doesn't stick. I'm going to leave it to dry using some old pens to hold it up and elevate it, and my trusty paintbrush, and we'll see how it looks later. I had always wondered why I never found very many videos on people doing the pour paint on an uneven surface. Maybe this has something to do with it. This is 48 hours later. Yeah, it took a while to dry. And actually this is the way it will be. Maybe it will grow on me. I'm not sure if I'm just disappointed because it's not what I was expecting, and I thought that it was prettier on the test than it was on the reality. I'm not sure, but I am going to finish it. Now, what I'm going to be using is my water-based polyurethane top coat. That's going to go on all the parts that have the poured paint because I want that to be shiny, and then on all the parts that are flat and just the spray painted white, I'm going to go ahead and use my trusty wax. So here it goes. Well, here we have the finished piece. It's growing on me, but I have a feeling if you did this learning from my mistakes, you'd come up with something even better. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot.